Hello everyone. In this video we are going to see the chapter motion. In everyday life we see some objects that are in rest and others in motion, right? Birds fly, fish swim, blood flow through veins and arteries, atoms, molecules, planets, stars, galaxies, cars, all the things, all the objects are in motion. So motion is nothing but a movement of the object, okay? We often perceive an object to be in motion when its position changes with the time. However, there are situations where the motion is inferred through indirect evidences as well. Let me give an example. Motion of air by observing the movement of dust and motion of leaves and branches of the tree. What causes the phenomenon of sunrise, sunset and changing of seasons? Is it due to the motion of the earth? If it is true, why we don't directly perceive the motion of the earth? Any object may appear to be moving for one person and stationary for the person. For example, the passengers in a moving bus, the roadside trees appears to move backwards. A person standing on a roadside perceives the bus along with the passengers are moving. However, a passenger inside the bus sees his fellow passengers to be at rest. So this is called as relative motion. So most motions are complex. Some objects may move in a straight line. Some object may move in a curved path. There are various types of motion as well. Some may rotate and a few others may vibrate. So let us see the types of motion. The first one is rectilinear motion. So the motion of the object moving in a straight line path is called as rectilinear motion. Example is a train running in a straight track, or else a march past of the soldiers in a linear way. So rectilinear motion is otherwise called as a linear motion. So the second type of motion is circular motion. So the motion of the object moving along a circular path which covers 360 degree is called as circular motion. For example, all the students in our class are running in a circular track. That is an example of circular motion. Under circular motion, there is a one type called rotational motion. So you all might have a question like, what is the difference between circular and rotational motion? So the answer is, in circular motion there will be no any axis, whereas in rotational motion it will be having axis. For example, a fan. So fan is rotating, right? So based on the axle, fan is rotating. So depending upon the axis, it rotates. So fan is an example of rotatory motion. You can also take an example of clock. So depending upon the hands of the clock, the time shows. It is an example of a rotational motion. So rotational motion and circular motion are the type of circular motion, but it has axis, and rotational motion does not have axis in it. So the next type of motion is periodic motion. So periodic motion is otherwise called as oscillatory motion or vibratory motion. Example, you can take a pendulum, okay, a string attached to a bob. It starts moving, right? Okay, fine. You can also take an example of ding dong bell, okay. That periodic motion is defined as to and fro motion, which is otherwise called as front and back motion of the object is called as periodic motion or oscillatory motion. And you can also take the real life example of oscillatory motion as motion of a swing, okay. So these are the various types of motion, and motion is nothing but movement of the objects, or it can simply state like changing of position of the object with respect to time. And if I am walking, I am set in motion. If I am running in a circular path, I am in circular motion. If I am going front and back, I am said to be in periodic motion. So these are the various type of motion that we have covered in this video. So now the next topic will be the describing motion. How to describe the motion? So motion can be described by the reference point. Okay, so the reference point is nothing but from where we are seeing. Let us understand by taking an example. Let us assume that a school in a village is 2 kilometers north of the railway station. Imagine that the school is in village is 2 kilometers north of the railway station. We have specified the position of the school with respect to the railway station. In this example, railway station is the reference point. So reference point is nothing but the location or a point from which the observations can be made. So this is how the motion of the object or the position of the object can be specified. Okay.